step of the way in human civilization and the bringing together of societies has been by the sacrifice that the elite have made. They have sacrificed their privileges, and because they've sacrificed their privileges, their societies have moved forward. Where the elite fails in the responsibility, the society itself eventually fails. I'll leave you with a story. In 1994, I served as a United Nations Justice Sector expert in Mogadishu in Somalia. I was working at the time for the United Nations. The country had virtually failed then. After several years of misrule, corruption, neglect of social justice, and disregard for the rule of law, the nation was now effectively managed by warlords, area boys, or whoever you call them. They were the ones who managed that entire society. Every part of the city and country had its own reigning warlord. This was a society that had everything. It had a system of justice, proper system of justice. There were judges, there were all sorts of people. Everything, the elite was there. But eventually it failed because the elite had not responded to the needs of their society. At that time, there was hardly any food. There was chaos everywhere in Mogadishu, where we lived with the UN. In one of the camps where hungry men and women queued up for food in a long line with bowls in their hands. On that line were former university professors, and with all due respect to Professor Farabi and myself, in the same line, holding their bowls of food, waiting online to receive food from the United Nations. Former senior public servants, former Supreme Court justices, former journalists, all hungry, waiting in the line with their little bowls for food from the World Food Program. In 1981, when I started teaching, my first conference, the very first conference I attended, there were 3 justices who came from Somalia, 3 justices. They were Supreme Court justices at the time. I met one of them again on that line, waiting for food. As soon as he saw me, he recognized me immediately. In fact, I was shocked that he could recognize me immediately. And he explained, told me who he was. I asked for the other 2. One of them was sitting somewhere else. They couldn't even get up. One of them had died. But they were all in that line. That is the lot of the elite. When the elite fails to make the sacrifices that a nation requires to stay united and to believe in their nation enough not to destroy it. So it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility as the elite. Not because we are nice people, not because we are men and women of great faith, no, but because in order to preserve even our own privileges, to preserve this society, to preserve this nation, we must make those sacrifices.